I'm going to be brutally honest with you. If I had known what would happen that night, I would have burned the entire house to the ground before letting myself fall asleep. Because at 3:03 a.m., I opened my eyes, and there was a face staring at me through my bedroom window. This isn't an exaggeration. This isn't a dream. This isn't one of those stories people tell because they want attention. These up in it. And if you're listening to this right now, don't look behind you. Just don't. Before I go any further, if you want more true horror stories like this, hit subscribe now, because what you're about to hear is only the beginning. I was sleeping on my side, facing the window. The blinds were slightly open, something I never do, and at first I thought my mind was playing tricks on me. My vision was blurry, my heartbeat slow, my body heavy. But the moment my eyes focused, the moment I realized what I was seeing, my entire body froze. There was a pale, elongated face pressed against the glass, staring at me. The skin looked stretched, almost too tight, like it was barely clinging to the bone beneath. The eyes were the worst part. They didn't blink. Not once, whose two dark, empty holes reflecting the faint moonlight. For the first time in my life, I understood what it felt like to be prey. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. I wanted to do anything other than lie there, completely helpless. But something about that face, something about the way it stayed perfectly still, kept me silent. I don't know how long I stared back. 10 seconds, a minute, an hour. Time didn't exist in that moment. There was only terror. Then the face smiled, slowly, wrongly, as if it had practiced the motion before but never quite understood how humans work. And that's when I realized whatever was staring at me wasn't human. Not like it ran. Not like it stepped away. It was just gone, as if someone hit a switch and erased it from reality. The window was empty. Completely empty. I sat up so fast I nearly fell out of bed. My heart was beating so violently it hurt. The silence felt heavier than any noise could have been. I forced myself out of bed and grabbed my phone, except it wasn't there. My phone, which was always charging on the nightstand, had vanished. I checked the floor. Dragging across the wooden floor, coming toward my room. My entire body went cold. I felt sweat drip down the back of my neck. The footsteps stopped, right outside my door. I held my breath. The hallway light flickered on for half a second, and in that brief flash, I saw a long, warped shadow under the door. It wasn't standing normally. It was hunched, twisted, like it didn't fully understand how bodies worked. Then my phone lit up beneath the door. Its screen glowed from the hallway floor. A message notification appeared on it. Except the message wasn't from anyone in my contacts. It was from an unknown number, and the text said, "You saw me." My legs were trembling so badly I had to brace myself against the wall just to stay upright. I wanted to grab something, anything to defend myself, but the fear was so overwhelming that I could barely form a rational thought. Another notification lit up my phone. "Now I can come in." The moment I finished reading the words, the doorknob clicked. Not violently, not aggressively. Just a gently deliberate turn, like whatever was on the other side wanted me to hear it. I took a step back. The door creaked open by a few inches. Darkness spilled into the room. And then a hand slid through the opening. It was pale, almost translucent, with long, bony fingers that bent at unnatural angles. The nails were dark and cracked, tapping lightly against the wood as it pushed the door wider. I backed up until my legs hit the edge of the bed. I couldn't blink. I couldn't look away. The creature leaned forward, and slowly, its face appeared in the opening, the same face from the window. But now I could see more. The skin was stretched tight, but patchy, like parts of it were missing. Its mouth hung open slightly, showing teeth that were jagged and uneven, as if they'd been carved instead of grown. And its eyes, they weren't hollow after all. They were staring directly into me. It stepped into the room. Its body moved incorrectly to jerky, too disjointed, like a puppet controlled by someone who'd never seen a human walk before. I opened my mouth to scream, and the Stein sound came out. A broken, terrified gasp. The creature stopped. Its head snapped toward me with an unnatural speed. Then it took one step closer, one more, and one more. Every instinct in my body screamed to run, but my legs refused to respond. The creature reached the foot of my bed, and then it climbed up slowly, deliberately, its hands gripping the mattress as it pulled itself toward me, inch by inch. The weight of the bed changed. I felt the mattress dip beneath its weight. It paused only inches from my face. Then it whispered in a voice like dry leaves scraping across concrete. "Can you see me now?" It was recording. The creature turned its head toward the light. Its mouth stretched into that same unnatural smile. It reached down, grabbed my phone with its dislocated fingers, and lifted Italiano. It began recording me. The creature tilted the phone as if trying to understand how it worked, and then it did something that made my blood run cold. It positioned the phone carefully, like it wanted to capture the perfect angle. I tried to scramble backward, but the creature pinned my shoulder with one hand. Its grip was ice cold, burning through my skin. It tilted its head again, studying me. Then it whispered, "If you scream, they'll hear you." I didn't know who they were, and I didn't want to know. The creature's other hand reached toward my face. The touch felt sharp, like it was cutting me without breaking the skin. The room felt smaller, the air heavier. The sound exploded through the room like a gunshot. I didn't know why it reacted that way, but the distraction was enough. My bare feet hit the cold wooden floor, and I didn't stop. Not for a second. Behind me, I heard the creature screech. A sound so unnatural, so distorted, that it didn't just hit my ears, it hit my bones. I ran. I didn't look back. I didn't think. I didn't breathe. The hallway felt endless, stretching further the more I moved. The lights flickered violently, buzzing like they were about to explode. My only goal was to reach the stairs. If I could get downstairs, if I could get out of the house, maybe I had a chance. But halfway down the hallway, the lights went out. Total darkness swallowed me whole. I stopped running, because something else was running behind me. Fast. Too fast. Its footsteps were no longer slow or dragging. They were pounding violent like it was charging on all fours. I pressed myself against the wall, trying not to sob. The footsteps stopped directly behind me. I could feel its breath on the back of my neck. Cold, wet, hungry. Then, in the darkness, the creature whispered, "Found you." My legs nearly gave out. I forced myself to move, lunging forward blindly. My hands scraped the walls as I desperately felt for the staircase. Then my fingers touched the railing. I grabbed it and practically threw myself down the stairs. My knees slammed into the steps. My shoulder hit the wall, but I didn't stop. I reached the bottom and sprinted toward the front door. My hands shook so badly I fumbled with the lock. Behind me, I heard the creature descending the stairs. Fast I managed to unlock the door and wrench it open, only to be hit with cold air so sharp it stung my lungs. I didn't think. I just ran outside, barefoot, sprinting across the yard. I didn't stop until I reached the street. My neighbor's lights were all off. "No!" Dogs barked. "No, Garspasev." It was like the entire world was asleep, and I was alone. Except I wasn't. Across the yard, at my window, the creature stood there, watching me, its head slowly lowering, and that sick, unnatural smile spreading across its face. The police didn't believe a word I said. They searched the house, found shattered glass, footprints in the dirt outside, and my phone on the nightstand still recording, but they said none of it proved anything. They claimed I had a panic episode, a hallucination, a sleep terror. But I know what I saw, and I know it followed me. Because the next morning, there was a message on my phone from the same unknown number. It said, "Tonight." That was the whole text. And attached was a video of me sleeping, recorded from outside my window. I haven't slept since. I moved out of the house, but it didn't matter. Because last night, at exactly 3:03 a.m., I heard tapping on my new window. Slow, steady, patient. I didn't look. I couldn't. But I know it's back. And if it's watching me, it's already watching you too. Before it comes for you, do one thing. Subscribe to the channel. Not because it helps me, but because you need to see what happens next. You need to know what this thing is. You need to learn how to survive it. Because once you see its face, it never leaves you alone again.